Scugog capital budget process delayed. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Scugog. Scugog Township Council will be seeing the proposed capital budget a bit later than expected this year. At a meeting on Monday, October 16th, Scugog Treasurer Laura Barta announced the 2024 capital budget presentation has been delayed. Unfortunately, the budget presentation will be delayed by 1 month for the capital budget. We're anticipating, instead of the beginning of November with a General Purpose and Administration (GPA) meeting, doing it at the beginning of December at the GPA meeting, she said. Ms. Barta mentioned unforeseen staffing issues and some competing priorities as reasons for the delay. The budget would have been presented on November 6th and will now be presented on December 4th. Kawartha Lakes Council to talk about downtown parking strategy later this month. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Kawartha Lakes. City of Kawartha Lakes Council is expected to discuss the current progress and strategies for parking in Lindsay's downtown core at a council meeting later this month. At a meeting on Tuesday, October 10th, Wesley Found, chair of the Lindsay Downtown Business Improvement Association, BIA, appeared before councilors seeking information on what steps have been taken since the city adopted the City of Kawartha Lakes downtown parking strategy in 2019. I'm here to see what steps in planning have been taken with the city for the Lindsay core area for the following: increasing availability for parking spaces, better utilization of them by improving parking signage and wayfinding, and the cash in lieu for parking policy review, Mr. Found explained. In his deputation, Mr. Found noted the city's growth projections have changed since 2019. While a good problem to have, it will increase the demand for parking in the Lindsay downtown core, he said. Ward 7 Councillor Charlie McDonald made a motion to receive the deputation and hinted he would have a recommendation to provide at the next council meeting on October 24th. He pointed out, to the best of his knowledge, nothing has come forward since the last parking study was done for the area. We need to probably look at what we're going to do in the future, Councillor McDonald said. Canadian Library Month. Courtney McClure, The Standard. North Durham. October is Canadian Library Month. During this month, there are many ways to support your local library. I think Canadian Library Month means celebrating what we do at the library, said Corinne Morrison. Corinne is the manager at the Uxbridge Library. Canadian Library Month celebrates the people who use the library's services. The month also highlights the value local libraries add to communities. The Uxbridge Library provides many services, such as free Wi-Fi, computers, or a 3D printer. This is beneficial for all members of the community, especially to those who do not have access to this technology at home. The Uxbridge Library also has an online newspaper archive. In addition, you can find physical copies of the genealogy section at the library itself. The archive features obituaries and marriage announcements and more. You can find the archive at uxlib.com/modules/newspaper. Here in Uxbridge, our patrons are wonderful, said Ms. Morrison. Many of the people who visit the Uxbridge Library will buy a new book, read it, and then donate it to the library. Using the library's resources, such as their books and ebooks, and donating to the library are great ways to support your local library. Being kind to the staff members is also very much appreciated. Kind patrons are something the Uxbridge Library is blessed with, according to Ms. Morrison. The patrons in our community are very thankful to our staff, she said, and that makes everybody feel like they are doing something of value. Some members of the community have donated their time to the library to organize a few kids-focused programs. The programs include Reading Buddies and Sing Along with Mojo & Co. For adult patrons, an employee from Service Canada is coming to the library to help patrons with various government-related needs. Canadian Library Month stems from Ontario's Public Library Week. According to Amy Coughlin, the CEO of the Scugog Memorial Public Library, Ontario Public Library Week has existed for many years. Like the Uxbridge Library, the Scugog Memorial Library hosts many events throughout the year. These events include movie nights, which are held at the Scugog Library. On October 26th, they will be screening the movie entitled Elemental. The Scugog Library also hosts other programs, such as early literacy programs. A few of these programs include Baby Time, Toddler Time, and Family Story Time. The library also hosts the Teen Advisory Board, TAG. The next meeting for TAG is on October 24th. Since the staff at the Uxbridge Library love their patrons, they have organized a raffle to celebrate Canadian Library Month. If you're interested, come by the library and fill out a ballot. Entering the ballot gives you a chance to win an Uxbridge Public Library book bag, filled with a mug, books, and other items. Ballots are available until Tuesday, October 31st at 8 p.m., and winners will be personally contacted and announced on Wednesday, November 1st on the library's respective social media pages.
Uxbridge recovers missing street signs. Daryl Knight, The Standard, Uxbridge. Recent efforts by the township to recover dozens of missing street signs have proven successful, as detailed by members of council. At a recent council meeting, it was noted nearly half of the signs stolen over the summer months have been located and returned to the municipality. After a rash of thefts which saw dozens of street signs stolen throughout Uxbridge, the township announced in August they would be offering a reward of up to $5,000 for information leading to criminal charges. In total, more than 50 street signs have been recovered, according to updates from Ward 4 Councillor Willie Popp and Regional Councillor Bruce Gerard. Councillor Gerard commented, "Some more street signs have shown up at a couple of locations, including the Public Works Yard." According to Councillor Gerard, the bundle of signs returned to the Public Works Yard also included a note. It was clearly written by a parent who said, "This won't continue to happen. I know who did it," stated the councillor. "It's been addressed, and I'm glad to get those signs back, and hopefully that's the end of the problem." Councillor Popp noted he had recently been contacted by local residents and added some of the street signs which were missing throughout the township were found. He went on to say the missing signs were found along the Timber Tracks Trail at Durham Regional Forest and have since been collected. There is nothing better than developing a relationship with your grandchildren, by Tina Y. Gerber-McCurley. My grandchildren certainly help me keep young at heart. It is a special relationship which is filled with incredible joy. Communicating and developing a relationship with grandchildren can be a fun and rewarding experience at any age, yours or theirs. Any relationship with grandchildren should enhance the emotional well-being of the child. Grandparents can play an important role in the developmental lives of their grandchildren. We have the opportunity of babysitting and are blessed enough to spend many hours together while also respecting the boundaries of their parents. Many grandparents take their grandchild to the movies, shopping, or to and from extracurricular activities. We have 5 grandchildren, and every one of them is unique. We love having conversations with our grandchildren. They make us laugh, think, and warm our hearts. We started when they were small with encouraging words, gestures, reading stories, along with many hugs and kisses. Now my 2-year-old granddaughter stops, rubs her knees, and explains how they hurt. Obviously, she has been watching and listening to me. When my cat was sick, I would cry, and she would rush over, pat my back, and say, "It's okay, Grandma." Our grandchildren need to know they can talk openly with us. My youngest will say, "Grandma, I am 2 now, and you hurt my feelings." When I ask her why, she explains she is 2 now, as if she is all grown up, like her big sister, who is 5. However, if she is crying because I've told her no to an extra cookie, she says, "I am 2 and little enough to have more." She is a smart cookie. It is enjoyable to have a conversation with her, as she can explain away the worries of the world. Years ago, families stayed close together throughout their lifetimes. Unfortunately, life dynamics change, grandchildren get older, so do we, and many families separate for a variety of reasons. Consequently, individuals find their relationships and roles within them change, as many grandparents or great-grandparents have moved to a nursing home or other care facility. Many individuals feel abandoned after all the years of supporting their children and grandchildren with love, hugs, and kisses while they were growing up. Much more in past times, the older generation were respected for their wisdom and knowledge, and the younger generations helped meet the needs of their aging parents and grandparents. Social isolation during our later years was less of an issue as families remained close. Today, even if grandchildren are in their parents' or grandparents' lives, The separation often occurs once illness or disability enters their life. During the last few years of COVID, most of the younger generations have had access to online connections, and so were able to maintain a lot of their peer relationships. Still, many experience depression and feelings of being left behind from the effects of this much milder form of isolation compared to this senior experience. We hope this, at least, has allowed younger people to learn to relate better to the seniors in their lives, and by this, has encouraged them to want to engage in empathy and love with them more. These souls are very needed by the rest of us and carry insights and perspectives not yet known by younger lives. Grandparents play an important part in passing on their faith to further generations. Proverbs 17:6 says, "Grandchildren are the crown of the elderly, and parents are the pride of their children." Psalm 92:14 says, "They will still bear fruit in old age. They will stay fresh and green." Grandparents are considered a blessing from God, and their relationship is often filled with joy, love, and hope, and I certainly must agree.
The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio for the Standard newspaper.